What's up, music fans of the internet? I'm Derek,
I'm Kevin.
and we're last week's album. We're bringing you two opinions on the best new music, and in this episode, we're reviewing After by Lady Lamb, and we're asking the big question whether or not she stumbles upon or overcomes the sophomore slump. But before we go any further, we're going to start things off like we always do, drinking a beer. Cheers, Kevin, everyone at home.
Cheers, Derek, and everyone at home.
All right, so Lady Lamb is the moniker of Aly Spaltro. She started her career in Maine, where she got started recording tracks in the back room of a video rental store while on the night shift. So I guess she saw the writing on the wall of video rental places and maximized on her time there. She's now based in Brooklyn, and she's dropped the Beekeeper from her moniker. And as we mentioned before, this is her sophomore album. This follows Ridley Pine, which was released in 2013 under the moniker Lady Lamb the Beekeeper. So this is also released on Mom and Pop Records. And as opposed to Ridley Pine, she actually co-produced on this one. So without much further ado, let's go to Sounds Like. Kevin, what do you think of After?
Derek, I think After sounds like a younger blend of Regina Spektor, St. Vincent, and a little Adele.
I like that. I like that. I think After sounds like Best Coast and of Monsters and Men decide to meet halfway, which haphazardly ended up being Maine.
Not sure if that works out on a map, but sonically, it sounds perfect.
Kevin, I did not, check with any geographic sources, so I'm pretty sure it's not the middle point, but I digress. So that brings us to key tracks. I'm actually going with Billions of Eyes. Kevin, what did you have?
I'm going with Batter, track number 11.
All right, cool. Well, Billions of Eyes is the second track and also the first single off the album, so I'll kick us off. The overall sound, I thought, was just this bright, upbeat surf rock sound. It opens with some warm, hazy guitars that are kind of later echoed by layered vocals, singing some da-da-da-das, which kind of carry throughout the song. Drums are kind of just simple snare hits during the verses, but really open up over the choruses, which just really bloom, I think, out kind of more sparse verses here. And then there's kind of an organ or synth line later on, just kind of really a fun song. The lyrics kind of have, one hand, this interesting take on connecting with others personally in the digital age. But at the same time, she describes this relatable moment where personal connections are shared sans digital communication. In this case, just barely making it onto a train or public transport, and all the warm greeting eyes of people see you almost not make it. So overall, just a really solid song. Really enjoyed it. So there you have it. Billions of Eyes. So Kevin, batter up, I suppose.
Good segue. The title of this track is actually not a sports reference. It's more like egg batter, which you'll understand if you listen to the track. But sound-wise, it's got really fuzzy, angular guitars, bouncy, sort of plodding drums. The vocals span everywhere from very humane shrieks to almost like robotic drone-style delivery. And the lyrics describe what I think must be a dream sequence where the narrator is on a plane that's going down and seems to spend her last moments sort of toggling between longing for a lover and watching pieces of advice sort of flash before her eyes. And overall, it's just a great example of how I think she's progressing her sound into a bit more rock. And it's somewhere between White Stripes and St. Vincent, even hints at a little psychedelic and prog rock, a la Jefferson Airplane. Happy coincidence, given the subject matter of the song, but I think you guys will definitely hear it if you check that one out. So listen to Batter, and love to hear what you guys think about it.
Kevin, that is a good one. But that brings us to Best Lyric. Why don't you kick us off? What'd you have?
Sure. I'm going with a line from Spat Out Spit, and the line goes, "I could be cracked open like a cartoon watermelon. Then you would see the solar system suspended in me. It's the same one in you that pulses and spins. And I think while a lot of times her lyrics seem like they're really just sort of stream of subconsciousness, she usually has a larger analogy or story in mind, and I think that line is a really good example of it. What lyrics did you like, Derek?
Kevin, that's a great setup for me. Mine comes from Vena Cava, which is the largest vein in the body, which brings blood back to the heart, so it's an important one. And I'm actually going to go a little bit back to kind of give, I think you described well this stream of sort of subconscious and getting to a point. So here she says, "And in your arms I sleep so deeply, but I can feel how you will leave me. Even as you are still sitting here, even as your coffee steams, I can feel how the seams of your ribs will separate from the seams of my ribs. I know already how much TV will fail to comfort me in your absence." Wow. So I just thought that was really good, just the build up and everything, and just comes to this very chilling, relatable ending. Just fantastic. All right, so there we have it on best lyrics, but we're going to overall rating and asking the question, does After break the sophomore slump here for Lady Lamb? Kevin, what do you think?
All right. I'll start with the question. Does she fall victim to the sophomore slump? I think no way. I think this is just a more polished, refined version of her past music, and it's a little bit higher fidelity and a little bit better structural cohesion, I think, within the songs. Overall rating, I'm going to give this one, I'm deciding between a 3 or a 4. I think I'm going to go with a strong 3. I think she's firing on most cylinders here. She's got really versatile vocals, innovative arrangements, and very idiosyncratic yet relatable lyrics, as you mentioned, Derek. I think shorter tracks than her last album, she's packing a lot more punch in each one, rather than these sort of long, drawn-out numbers that she used to do. And at first, this one really grabbed me, but unfortunately, over time, it kind of lost a little bit of its shine. I think at first I thought it was really intricate, and as I listened, it seemed to be not so much so. Not that that's a bad thing. It just, I guess, wasn't as meaty as I originally thought. So, strong 3, definitely worth a listen. What do you think, Derek?
Kevin, as far as whether or not she comes to the sophomore slump, I'm completely agreeing with you. I don't think that is the case at all here. But for overall rating, I'm actually going a little bit higher. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. Overall, I really liked the just broad instrumentation. And I think you described well. A lot of it was structured very well, and I really enjoyed a lot of that, especially like Violet Clementine. How the instrumental melody kind of starts with the banjo, then kind of goes to this funky guitar, to this bass, and then a horn section in the end. I thought that was really cool. But then, yeah, I think there were some other points where maybe it wasn't as varied. I'm just thinking maybe like Sunday Shoes, where it was pretty country blues throughout. The song never really kind of strayed from that. But overall, I thought it was really, really good. Strong lyrics. I thought they were mirrored well by Maine. The songs here kind of in small nuances here and there. So even though she's dropping the Beekeeper, I'm thinking this is definitely exceeding the sophomore slump. Giving it a 4 out of 5 for myself. A 3 out of 5 from Kevin. So that brings a 7 out of 10 total. So there you have it for After by Lady Lamb. And thanks again for joining us here at last week's album. We're bringing you 2 opinions on the best new music. And don't forget to join us again next time. And until then, be sure to subscribe to us. Until next time, I'm Derek.
And I'm Kevin. See you next time.